Let's get you now more on a story we mentioned just a moment ago out of Afghanistan. A pair of military helicopter crashes has left 14 dead. We get the very latest from the capital city of Kabul. That's where we have CNN Pentagon correspondent Chris Lawrence for us this morning. Chris?
Yeah, Melissa, it was the greatest loss of life for American troops in a single day in over 4 years. Let's start with the first incident in southern Afghanistan, where two U.S. helicopters collided in midair, and 4 American crewmen were killed in that incident. 2 others were injured. In a completely separate incident on the western part of the country, a strike team had gone into a compound where they believed that insurgents had been trafficking drugs. The U.S. forces say what looks to be a vicious firefight erupted there. About a dozen insurgents were killed in that firefight, but all the Americans survived. But as they were leaving on their helicopter, that helicopter went down. 7 American troops were killed, along with 3 Americans who had been working with the U.S. Embassy here in Afghanistan, and more than a dozen other people on that helicopter were injured. Melissa?
Chris, what is NATO saying at this point about why those crashes happened?
Well, there have been some Taliban claims that they shot down a helicopter in the northwest part of Afghanistan, but there's been nothing to verify that. And right now, the U.S. forces are saying that the one in southern Afghanistan definitely had nothing to do with enemy fire, and they believe that the one in western Afghanistan also had nothing to do with enemy fire. But again, that investigation is still going on right now.
And again, to remind our viewers, you're joining us live from the capital city of Kabul, and I understand there are some protests going on there. What are the students protesting?
Yeah, very angry protest, actually, and this has been the second day now. They're protesting what appears to be just a rumor that American troops had burned a copy of the Quran in retaliation for getting hit by an IED attack. We went to the first protest yesterday, and you could hear some of the protesters were taunting the Afghan police, calling them slaves of America, sons of Obama. Very angry, very anti-Western protests, throwing rocks. The police had to bring in about 5 trucks to calm down the situation. Our security team told us it would be best probably with the crowd's attitude that we not go directly into that crowd. But basically, from what we've been able to determine, the U.S. forces and the Afghan police have investigated this and found it didn't happen. In fact, the governor of the province where this allegedly occurred has come out and said ISAF forces had nothing to do with this, and that this was the Taliban spreading rumors to try to start riots against the government. Protesters were